Hey, what's up, Jeff? Quick demo video for you, or just kind of a show-off video for your Mando Blaster. I just got done weathering this guy this morning. It's a little bit different than a demo that I usually do. This doesn't have any electronics in it. I just kind of wanted to make this video and show this blaster to you up close. And just tell you a little bit about what I did. I liked this thing so much when you asked me if I'd weather yours that I turned around and I bought one too for me, but I did not finish mine, and these came at the same time. I went through real quick and I put mine together just so that I could know how it went together, and I skipped all of the weathering for now. I just wanted to acclimate myself to the assembly so that when it came to yours, I would know all the tricks and stuff like that. So that's what I did. This guy comes in a lot of pieces. It could be a little bit overwhelming when you first look at it. And there is a website that War Machine gives you to go to, but it's just basically a PDF. There's no install instructions. There's just pictures of the pieces that it comes with, and then different angles of this guy all put together. The one video I found that was super helpful was the one by Adam Savage. When he actually assembled this. He had one that he assembled, and then I forget the guy in the video with him, his buddy there, but they were assembling his. And that was an awesome video because I could pause it in certain places and I could see what they were doing as far as, things like the trigger mechanism in here. So behind this panel is all your mechanism for your trigger. And this is a working trigger, but what you have to do is you take this hammer and you pull it back, it clicks back, and then you pull the trigger and it fires like that. But there's a lot of stuff behind this panel right here to make that happen. 2 different springs, 4 different pieces, 8 different pins, I think, and they all go in a certain way. So that was an excellent video for reference. The one thing I did not weather on this guy was your brass accents. I went to go do that. I had them in my hand, and then I thought, no, you know what? These brass pieces give it a nice contrast. I didn't weather the trigger anyway because this is what would, in my mind, get the most action or the most rubbing, so it wouldn't have weathering on it anyway. So I chose not to weather your rod or your brass safety here or your trigger. So I hope that you like that, what I did there. What else did I do? This is all weathered with aluminum black, no paints. So I took each piece and I weathered them individually. And then I waited till it all dried up, and then I hit it all the high spots. So all the places that I thought would get wear. Mando is right-handed, so this is the side that would go, when he's holding it with his right hand, this is the side that would go in his holster. So hit that piece, all these bump outs here. Try to hit all the bump outs over on this side. I put a little bit of extra weathering right here because of where his hand would always be rubbing up against this when he's grabbing it. And then watching the show, and then watching Adam Savage do his too, and then looking at some different pictures of the props, there was a little bit of extra wear right here where the barrel tends to taper down. So I did that for you as well. I did not do as much as that guy did on his video because it started to look like it would be just a little too much. So that's my own variation of what's happening here. But other than that, try to hit all the high spots, make pieces that would stick out and accentuate. The one thing that I noticed on both of of these blasters here, and then the one that Adam did as well, is this piece right here. This little greebly right here, it's missing a hole in the back for a pin, but there's a hole in the main body for that pin to go in, and then that sits in there. I didn't drill that hole. I had really good luck with using the glue that I used. I used the same glue that Adam did on his video. I can't even pronounce the name of it. It starts with a C, man. But that stuff is gnarly. It holds really well, and it holds right away. So that's what I put yours together with. If you ever watch his video and you see what he's doing, that's how this was put together. I did not do that with mine because I didn't have that at that time, and I just found that video when I was putting mine together. So mine was put together over a period of a day using JB Weld, and then I'd either have to wait for the parts to cure a little bit, or I had pieces of electrical tape and stuff holding different parts together. I mean, this thing beat the hell up when I got done building it, and I had to let that sit overnight for the JB Weld. But I'm pretty happy with how sturdy this is, and you know, it works for me. But I do like that glue that I bought for this. When I saw that he was using that, I went to Amazon and I bought that right away. But what else do we got here? Oh, your grips. I went over your grips with 1000 grit sandpaper, and then I lightly stained them with some dark walnut stain. So those came out nice. And what I noticed when I hit them with that 1000 grit is that it really brought out the wood grain in yours. I still have some CNC markings on mine, and they're pretty rough because I haven't done anything to it yet. But when I went over, I took that sandpaper to yours, and that stain, it really brought out that wood grain, and it looks really nice. I will someday get to this and do what I did to yours as much as I can, but because this is mine, that's a personal project that gets put on the back burner until whenever. Right? So yeah, this is your blaster, man. I hope that you like it. Here's a front view. That bolt holds in this barrel. Side view. The back. Bottom of your grip. This piece actually holds your 2 grips in. So if you were to take this piece out, your 2 grips would slide off. You would see the 2 springs. There's 2 spring pieces that help the mechanism for your hammer. And they're located right here inside the grips. But the rest of this trigger mechanism is in here, and you can't take that off without taking this long piece off too, which you can do if you decide to break this down someday. But anyway, that is your finished Mando. That's what a finished one looks like. This is what an unfinished raw one looks like, straight from the kit. No weathering. Just a lesson for me on how to put it together. Just like that. So, hope that you like the way that this guy turned out. I will get this and your saber from Nevin Varner in the mail to you Monday morning. Thanks.